It's so British, though, isn't it? Because it's really funny because people can do all sorts of things to us, but it's that sort of, I reserved these things. And we get terribly British about it. And I remember doing that on a train. I got on a train with the kids, the dog, this, that. There were loads of us. We'd reserved seats, done all the right things. Someone's sitting in our seats. And I went, excuse me, we've reserved those. And they went, well, we're not moving. Oh, did I kick off?
Oh, did you?
Did I kick off?
You wouldn't like Jane when she's angry, believe me.
Because it's that injustice, it's that unfair thing. And another, just before Christmas, actually, I had a driving altercation with a woman. And we did a kind of a, you know, no swearing or anything. And then just as she was pulling off, she put her window down and she called me a middle-class B.
Oh. It wasn't the B, it was the middle class you didn't like.
Do you know what? She heard my voice and just made an assumption. I don't know why, but anyway. And I was out of that car before she'd pulled it. I yanked open her door and I said, how dare you? And I said, I grew up on a council estate with a single mother. I said, I've worked very hard for everything I have in life. Don't you ever make assumptions.
Got a finger and everything.
And she was like that.
Yeah.
And then I sort of vaguely thought she started looking at me in a funny way, thinking, is that really nice, polite woman from New Sweden?
But this is the danger. That's the danger, Anne, isn't it?
Because I had a little altercation with a traffic warden, as you do. I remember having a very sick child, and I'd stopped outside the chemist just to pop in, literally pop in and get some medicine, pop out again. By the time I came out, and it must have been 30 seconds, he was already slapping a ticket on the car. And I said, look, sick child, chemist, you know, it was a real emergency. And he said, well, I don't know who taught you to drive, Mickey Mouse. And I just went, at which point he then started to fumble through, you know, the little cameras that traffic wardens carry with them, and he'd recognised me. And at that point I just went, good morning, and drove on as fast as I could. And I paid the ticket, but, you know, it's not fair.
But when you see red, I mean, well, you don't stop and think, we know that.
No, the same thing happened at Christmas. I don't know if you saw, I dressed as Nicki Minaj for our New Year's Eve party, and I had to go to the local shop to get a pink wig. And as I couldn't be bothered to park anywhere, so I thought, I'll just park outside. I'm only going to nip in and out. I know what I want. And there was a car in front of me. OK, it was on double yellows. I thought, oh, I'll just park behind them. I'm that quick. Don't get me in trouble for that. So I ran in, but I could hear beeping. And I thought, oh, I bet that's me. I came out. It's a crowd of people with their camera phones, and I was blocking a bus and traffic. And it was so obvious it was me, because I'm in my pink car. I was in a pink wig.
An assuming car.
I know, but well, that wasn't my fault, actually.
Well, mine was the traffic one, isn't it? It's car rage. And I was in a car park. It was not recently, but before Christmas. You know, when you're going round and round and round waiting, and you're doing that thing, you know, that kind of, oh, are you going? So I was following this woman with her keys, and she said, yeah, I'm going. So I had pulled past the space and had my reversing lights on and my indicator. She pulled out, and a woman drove straight in. Well, I just saw the red mist. I was out the car, and I went, and I started off nicely and went, excuse me, but I was just waiting for that space, to which she said something similar to yours. Well, you can, and then that was me, and I was like an old fishwife. I swore, big.
Did you not get out a camera phone and
No, and I just kind of halfway through, and I was going, wow, you, and then I thought, maybe this isn't such a great idea, because, you know, you're on the telly and somebody might say... So then I went, yeah, anyway, like this, and back to my car and just slammed the door. But you know what it is? It's the fact you know you can do nothing about it. She was in. I was going, what am I going to do? Pick a car up and move it. So, you know, I just swore, which isn't really very grown up, is it? Anyway, but let us know if you've got any stories like that. Have you seen red lately? Would you retaliate? And if you see us doing that, please don't film us.
No.
Now, I know there are loads of hilarious cat videos out there, but I promise these are even funnier. Take a look if you don't believe me.